Zinc. Okay, so it's the end of FebruDairy, and I definitely think it did not go the way that the promoters of dairy expected it to go. It's been almost entirely negative for dairy. Only 5 of the top 25 Twitter influencers for #FebruDairy were pro-dairy, with only one of them placing in the top 10, which was Farmers Weekly at 9th. Of the related hashtags, most of them were pro-vegan, with #GoVegan and #vegan being the 2 most related hashtags to FebruDairy. And just from scrolling through the hashtag, you can see that most of the tweets were pro-vegan. Dr. Jude Kappa, or @Bovadiva, was the person who organised this campaign, and she laid out some guidelines for farmers, and one of the rules was to not block vegans so they can have a conversation with us. However, ironically, it looks like she's blocked more people than anybody over the length of this campaign. I personally did not have the honour of being blocked by Bovadiva, but maybe it just looks like I didn't hit FebruDairy hard enough. Having said that, it looks like maybe even the official FebruDairy account didn't hit it hard enough, with it having only 2,200 followers by the end of the month. And if that was any other account, that would be pretty good. However, this was supposed to be a big worldwide campaign to promote dairy. And even just scrolling through the list of followers, most of them are vegans and dairy farmers in the first place. And some of the interactions I've had with farmers on Twitter this month have been interesting. I was told multiple times that farmers treat their cows like their family. However, there's plenty of cases of cows being mistreated on farms, but the only reason that these farmers are treating their cows well are because they are looking after a product. They said multiple times, well, what are we supposed to do? We can't keep a cow around that doesn't make any money. And I and my siblings have cost my parents a lot of money. And all of us are still alive, and so it looks to me like maybe the farmers don't actually love their cows like their family. It seems like maybe the farmers are just exploiting these cows for money. The farmers also didn't understand what was wrong with inseminating the cows. They didn't see what was wrong with penetrating a cow with their arm and a needle against the cow's will. But I couldn't seem to get an answer as to why it was in the cow's best interest to be pregnant anyway. It's almost as if it's entirely against the cow's best interest. If you've paid absolutely any attention to the world of TV and radio this month, you'll have seen that there's been plenty of vegan versus farmer debates. Even my own video of a street interview with a farmer has doubled in views this month. At the start of the month, BBC's Victoria Derbyshire released an article about how trainee farmer Alison Vaux had been receiving death threats, even though she's later admitted that they were embellished at best. And in this string of TV appearances, a lot of farmers painted themselves as the victims. Side note, I was almost a call-in vegan on Victoria Derbyshire. It was just that my laptop microphone was broken, so I couldn't Skype, but that's unimportant. The farmers, just like those I spoke to on Twitter, seemed to take criticisms of animal agriculture practices as personal attacks. They took things as insults instead of understanding that vegans were just speaking up for the victims. Or maybe they did understand and they were just trying to switch who the victim was to gain sympathy from the British public, and that would explain why it coincided with FebruDairy. But this campaign was only launched in the first place because dairy feels threatened. The Grocer reported that between 2014 and 2016, UK dairy sales had gone down by £240 million, and the BBC reported that 1 in 10 dairy farms had closed in England and Wales since 2013, and this will only continue thanks to the work that vegan activists are doing. This month I attended my first cow vigil, and whilst I wasn't able to get any of the cows on camera, I was able to capture some footage of cow skins being piled up in this warehouse all the way up to the roof and bring them somewhat to public attention. I also joined Direct Action Manchester for the first ever event, and it was outside a cheese festival. We chalked outside on the pavement, we managed to show people footage, and we were able to have conversations with people who were interested. So the dairy industry had better be scared, because there's so many activists and there's so many new activists every day, and those new activists are making new vegans and they're making a difference. But as FebruDairy ends, we should remember something important, and that's that vegans don't hate farmers. Farmers are supplying a demand that the consumer is creating. Our fight is with the consumer and those who actively promote dairy. So bring on Meaty March. I think I'll leave that one there. If you agreed with me or if you disagreed with me, let me know in the comment section down below the video. If you're more subtle than that, you can leave me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. But yeah, this has been a Coli video, and I'll talk to you next time.